So for some reason, my air mattress is wet. Like, this is all wet. And this is, like, the outline of where I laid, like, my sleeping bag. And over here, it's dry. So, I think it's condensation because it was so cold last night. And I was pretty toasty in my sleeping bag. So, maybe it caused it to become wet? I don't know. I've never had that happen, but maybe it's because I've never camped in temperatures that have been this cold at night. And it was raining all night and practically for half the day yesterday, so maybe that's why. But at least my sleeping bag, like, I have two of them, so the first layer is a little wet, but my main sleeping bag is dry, and on the inside of the first one it's dry, so I think I'll just hang them up and hopefully they'll dry out a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of weird. So I just deflated this air mattress and now I'm gonna have some breakfast. Breakfast of the day is pistachios and a granola bar. Yeah, everything in here is just a little bit wet. It must be the condensation, but it can't be because I left the window open and there was no like condensation on any of the windows at all. I think the only condensation is from my body heat on the air mattress. So that's a little, I don't know. That's unfortunate because the nights here are really cold. They're like, really cold to me is under 65 degrees. That's like my limit. So it being like 45 degrees at night is pushing my limit. But last night I was pretty comfortable. I didn't fill up my air mattress as much as I did the first night because I like to sleep on sort of softer surfaces and that was a little too hard for me. So last night it was just right. And my sleeping bags were super toasty. I also put on my thermals, and a little trick that I do is I wear fuzzy socks because if my feet are cold, the rest of my body is cold. So when my feet are toasty warm, that kind of helps keep my body temperature pretty high. It wasn't that bad. I woke up at 7, I saw that there were still clouds everywhere, and I went back to bed, and I woke up at 8:30 instead. So waking up early is not my strong suit, but it's still looking kind of yucky outside. Like there's a bunch of clouds and it kind of looks like it's gonna rain, kind of looks like it doesn't want to rain, so I'm not really in a rush. The hike that I was planning on doing today is called Hooker Valley Track. Apparently it's like a easy hike but long, like on the longer side. As of right now, I'm not really in a rush. I turned the car on because I'm freezing and I wanted to charge my phone a little bit because here there's no electricity. There's like no electricity here, but there's running water, so that's nice. But I am going to finish my breakfast and then I will head out for my hike. So the rain started to come down pretty hard now, so I think I'm going to wait to do the hike because I don't want all my stuff getting wet. Yay! The sun came out. Alright, here we go. Wow. It's gorgeous through here. There's the first bridge crossing with a wonderful view. This is beautiful. There's the top. Well, I made it to the end. This is Hooker Lake. So this is Hooker Lake, and you can see the glacier right there. That is feeding into this lake. And you can also see icebergs. Look it, those are icebergs. Little icebergs. But it's absolutely gorgeous here. Alright, I'm gonna have a snack. I think it's time to start heading back down. Guys, look at those glaciers. I don't know, like, with the naked eye, they're blue. I just got back from my hike and I think I'm going to cook some lunch. So when I first got to New Zealand, I shared an Airbnb with another woman in the same house. We had separate like private rooms, but we shared everything else like the kitchen. And she was kind enough to give me some farm fresh eggs and a little zucchini and a few little potatoes. So I think I'm gonna make like a little stir fry out of that just for some extra like sustenance, just to kind of switch up between the canned chicken meals. I'm gonna try and make something out of that and enjoy it while enjoying this view. So for lunch today we have a moldy zucchini, moldy potatoes, and eggs that I hope are not bad. Also, the potatoes are not going to be peeled because this peeler doesn't work. It's a little like broken, so that's gonna be my meal for today. I did wash everything. Technically the eggs that she gave me weren't washed, so they should still have that protective layer on them to keep them good without refrigeration, but I guess we'll find out. I did do the float test with these ones, and when I put them in cold water, they did not float and they laid flat on the bottom of this pan. So I think they should be okay, but if they smell bad when I open them up, then that could also be an indicator that they went bad. So it's way too windy to be cooking outside, so I'm gonna go to that shelter that you can see behind me and make my meal. Well, I finished my lunch. I had to go from making it beside my van to the little cook shelter because it was just way too windy. Like my stove wasn't even working. So I brought everything into the cook shelter and I cooked my meal, and it came out better than I thought it was gonna come out. I put quite a bit of salt and oregano just to kind of give it some flavor, because obviously I would rather have like onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, parsley, all that good stuff. But I don't have that, so I just have salt, pepper, and a little bit of oregano. It turned out okay, and I finished it, and afterwards the pan was like absolutely disgusting. So a trick that I learned to kind of get rid of like the nasty crusty stuff on the bottom of the pan is to put water into it and boil it on high, and then everything just comes off super easily. You don't even have to like scrub. You can just dump it all into the toilet or into the sink if you have a strainer, and then you can take the gunk out. But yeah, works like a charm. As of right now, I don't really know what I want to do. I think I'm going to head into town and take a shower, and then come back here, set up camp, and rewind for the rest of the night. Well, I am all clean. I did go to the visitor center to borrow some of their Wi-Fi just to post some things to Instagram. And now I am back at the campground, and I am just planning on relaxing and reading my book and chilling out. Well, the sun has set and I am going to get ready for bed. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good night.